Day one of the free agency has come to a close, and what a day it was. By noon, almost every free agent in the top 15 list were all signed to new teams. Steve Yzerman, however, was not one of those teams. Many Wings fans heading into July 1st with a lot of optimism after hearing the signing of Patrick Kane, as well as a few rumbles that Shane Gostisbehere would be returning and a possible chance at Steven Stamkos. However, ultimately, Gostisbehere and Stamkos fell through, as Stamkos would sign with the Nashville Predators and Shane Gostisbehere would return to Carolina on a 3-year deal. As we take a look now at the players that Steve Yzerman signed on day one, starting off with the most important signing of the day, Erik Gustafsson, who signed a 2-year, $2 million contract. With the loss of Ghost on the power play, the Wings were clearly looking for a player to fill the role that Ghost last season, and Erik Gustafsson is good enough to be that guy. Last season with the New York Rangers, Gustafsson would finish with 31 points, recording 6 goals and 25 assists. He has decent size at 6'1", 189 pounds, and like I mentioned before, he can run a power play and has decent shot and should be a decent replacement. As we take a look now at the two goalies that Steve Yzerman signed today, Max Talbot and Jack Campbell. Talbot signed a 2-year, $2.5 million deal, while Campbell signed a 1-year, $775K deal. With Talbot, he's coming off a very good year with Los Angeles. Although he's 36 years old, Talbot still had an amazing year last year. With 54 games played, he'd have 27 wins, 3 shutouts, and a 2.50 goal against average, and a .913 save percentage. Now, as we look at Jack Campbell, this is most likely an AHL signing to be down with Sebastian Cossa, as well as have a bit of security in net in case any of our goalies get hurt, like last season when the Red Wings had to call up Michael Hutchinson, when Alex Lyon, Ville Husso, and James Reimer went down with injuries. With Campbell, his best years were in Toronto, and possibly with a fresh start, he could maybe find that game again. $775,000, it's a very, very low risk, and probably a low chance potential high reward if he can find that game again. And the last two signings we're taking a look at today is Christian Fischer and William Lagesson. Lagesson signed a 1-year, $775K deal. He's a 28-year-old Swedish defenseman who played 40 games last season with the Toronto Maple Leafs and Anaheim Ducks. He had 4 assists in those 40 games. My guess is he'll be an AHL D-man who could be called up if injuries occur. The last signing of the day was Christian Fischer, who signed a 1-year extension at $1.25 million. With Fischer, you know what you're getting, a solid fourth-line guy who can run a PK and has a super high compete level, and he's also a huge locker room guy who loves get the team bonding closer together. How did you feel the Red Wings did today when it came to the free agent signings? Do you feel like they stayed safe by not handing out big contracts like everybody else? Or do you feel like there was a couple free agents out there that could have been signed that didn't? One thing that is for certain, this is going to be a very interesting offseason to see who goes, as we're currently running 4 goaltenders right now, and Steve Yzerman mentioned he only wants to run 2. So we'll see who goes, who stays. It'll be interesting.